Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing an update on my quartergram eyeshadow project. In the last month since I did my last update, I've not worn makeup much at all. I'm kind of preferring to not wear it. I don't really know why, because whenever I do sit down to put on my makeup, I actually really enjoy it. I love what I've done today. But yeah, I'm just not like, I don't know. I think I find it difficult to be motivated to get up and just put it on unless I have a specific reason to put it on. And there ain't many reasons to put on a face of makeup other than because I want to at the moment. So, you know, it is what it is. But in saying that, I made jack shit progress. I was considering not even doing an update, but I thought for the sake of continuity, let's do the monthly update. So numbers for the things. Let's start with the fucking Naked palette. So this was 144.5 grams. It's now 144.6 grams. Yeah. So last month, I had a rant and rave about how this palette had grown. It went from 144.18 to 144.5 grams, and it's grown again. I had a lot of comments relating to it. Yeah, I don't know why it grew, but it did. I did have one comment that I was like, damn, I know that. That's smart, and I knew it. And why wasn't I like trying to focus on that? It was suggested to me that I try to focus more on the shimmers in the palette because they are heavier than the mattes. Because I was trying to hit pan on Naked, and I'm just like, you fucking... how deep are these fucking pans? So anyway, when I did use this palette, I was focusing on the metallics, and I was using the mattes, like the single mattes that I've got here. So yeah, I did that. Didn't help much, but I think it, like, the most important factor of not really having progress is that I simply didn't use it. Like, I probably did my makeup like 5 times in the last month, maybe a few more than that, but yeah, not much at all. Then I've got my MAC Burgundy ×9. So this was 63.24 grams. It's now 63.17 grams. So I did actually use this a couple of times because I was frustrated with this. So I was like, let's fucking use this then. And yeah, that's a nice one. You know, it's like purpley shades. It's getting colder here. I'm into it. I'm digging it. Into this palette. So I actually have an empty, which is great. Not surprised. I did finish up the Ulta 3 cream eyeshadow in blank canvas. So that's done. Look at me go. I finished an eyeshadow this year. They are the easiest types of eyeshadows for me to finish because I use it on such a large area where everything else is like a tiny area. Looking at progress, I've got Makeup Geek Brownie Points, which is this one. This grew, so it was 4.36 grams. It's now 4.37 grams. This one, I don't think I actually used it at all. This one is Cherry Cola, and that grew as well. It was 4.43 grams, now 4.4 grams. Great. I did actually use that. I used it today. I think I might have actually used that one twice. This one here is Wild West. It was 4 grams, now 4.01 grams. Just so happy. And this one here is Makeup Geek Curfew. I didn't touch it and it hasn't grown, which is great. It was 4.4 grams, now 4.4 grams. This one over here is like a random brown shade. I don't know where it came from, but I did use this a few times. I'm wearing it today. This one was 2.97 grams, now 2.97 grams. That's so great because I distinctly remember thinking like, when I do my makeup, I'll use this when I'm using this shit here. And I reckon I used that 3 or 4 times. So that's so good that there's no progress. Love it. And then the Tarte cream shade, it was 1.47 grams, now 1.39 grams. So yeah, that's great. So good. Moving on to my single things, the BR pigment that grew, even though I remember using it twice at least. 9.9 grams, now 9.91 grams. Then I have Colourpop Monkey Business. I only used this once. It was 19.69 grams, now 19.67 grams. This, not gonna lie, I'm on the fence about this, and I was considering like getting rid of it, but I want to try it once more just to like see how I feel with it, because when I used it I like just kind of did this big crazy thing that was going on, and I was like, I don't know if I'm like turned off by it because it's not like I've gone overboard with it, and I've not sort of reined it into what I actually enjoy having on my face in terms of the way my makeup looks. So I was thinking to myself, I feel like I've not given it the best possible chance to impress me. Yeah, I feel like I kind of sabotaged it because I did something stupid with my makeup that I kind of knew that I probably wouldn't like anyway. Then I have the Stila Fuchsia Fiction in the Little White Lies in Fuchsia Fiction. This was 34.99 grams, now 34.97 grams. I think I used this like once or twice on the inner corner of my eye. So liquid eyeshadows, that's easy to like see weight change. So really bad progress, and I think like the small gains, like with, you know, some of the Makeup Geek shadows being like 0.01 of a gram more than they were last time I weighed them, like I put that down to the scales just not being 100% accurate. But I'm not buying another set of scales for accuracy. Like no, I don't need to do that. It's not that deep. I've kind of been thinking, like, you know, people were saying you don't have to use like 1/4 of a gram, just swap them out when you want, and I will do that. I'm gonna have another go at the Naked palette. Like I am getting tired of this. I've been using it for like 5 months pretty much. So, you know, I'm getting over it, and I do want to move on, but I am annoyed at myself that I didn't wear more makeup this month, because it was kind of my ideal for this update was to use things really regularly, and just see some progress. But to be honest, like, I didn't really try. I failed on that front. I was like, I don't feel like putting on makeup today, so I won't. And, you know, those days really add up over the space of a month, and the equation results in no progress. So I do want to have a go at it and like actually fucking try. So I've got to put in some effort there. And then I'm going to like reassess next month, like what I want to do. But the whole 1/4 gram thing, like, I'm just going to let that go, because I don't feel like it's not going to work for me. And the fact that, like, you know, I have such a huge eyeshadow palette collection, like it's fucking massive. And I've been thinking, like, I need to go through my eyeshadow palettes again. I need to do a declutter. But every time I look at them, I'm like, oh my God, I so want to play with that. Like that's an awesome palette. I remember loving it. And I've only got one fucking face. There's only so many days in a month that I can use the shit. And also, like, new stuff comes into my life. Like, I was looking at my inventory list, and I've had 7 palettes come into my life this year. Most of them were gifted, and sorry, it's actually 10 palettes, because I've got these 3 from PR which haven't been like put onto my inventory list. So 10 palettes this year, right, have come into my life. And how many did I purchase? I've purchased 2 of them. Two of them were palettes that I purchased. So there was the, is it this one? No, where are you? This one from NARS. So it's the Afterglow palette, and I purchased this one from Charlotte Tilbury, which is the Easy Eye palette in, I think it's Charlotte Darling look. I love this. I want to play with it. And I do actually have more on the way too, if I'm remembering correctly. So that's 4 that I've purchased. And in my head, I'm like, 4 palettes, buying 4 eyeshadow palettes in 1 year is already too many. I know how long it takes to use up eyeshadows. I know how often I use them, and at the moment it's like fucking bottom of the barrel with how often I'm wearing makeup. The only way it could get worse is if I just stop wearing makeup completely. So things just aren't getting used, and yeah, it's like, it's a lot. So I don't have any palettes on my mind that I want to buy. The ones that I've purchased this year have all been ones that I've really wanted. And, you know, then I've been gifted some, I've had some come in PR and stuff like that. And that, you know, that's just the way that it goes. But it's also so overwhelming, because, you know, I can't use it. But the only other alternative is to get rid of them, and that kind of hurts my little makeup soul just a little bit. Like, she dies. I can feel her like screaming inside, no, I want to use the makeup. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm like, having this internal struggle at the moment, where I'm like, I've got too much, but I don't want to get rid of it. But I also don't really want to wear makeup that often. None of it really makes sense. It's just like my internal ramblings and insanity of a makeup lover. You know how it goes. I think that there will definitely be some makeup lovers out there who have gone through this and who understand this isn't like the first time that I've sort of gone through this phase where I'm like, I want the makeup, I want to wear the makeup, but I don't want to actually wear the makeup. So, you know, it is what it is. But I am gonna try to sort of make the time again to put the makeup on, because when I sit down and I actually do it, I really enjoy it, but I feel like I'm not getting over the hurdle of actually making the effort to do it. So yeah, that's the plan, and hopefully I can come back next month and be like, okay, so I used the Naked palette like 20 times in the past month, and here's my progress, but I'm ready to move on to something else, because I think that's what I will do. I will move on to something else with the Naked palette. So I think I'll just wrap that up there, guys. It's very much a non-update update, but it's totally like my own fault. I've gotten myself into a hole with this, and it's just like, you know, it's a cycle of I don't want to put on makeup, and then I'm like, well, I'm not seeing progress with my products, and that means I don't want to use my makeup, and I'm tired and I can't be bothered, and I'm not making an effort, and then I just get disappointed with my results. So, you know, that it's a circle jerk. It's an actual circle jerk, and I'm doing it to myself. So I have to motivate myself to change that. That's what I've got to do. So that's what I'll be doing over the next month. Fingers crossed. Wish me luck. Hopefully I can actually do it. And next month things will be better. Let me know how you guys are going with your eyeshadow projects, or even your project pan if you have them combined or whatever. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.